Washis, I hope you are well. Today's video is going to be a creative quickie in the spirit of getting the tutorial out for the reimagining your creatures and altering old collage bits and pieces and sort of reimagining your own work. I thought I'd do a creative sort of Kickstarter, spark starter that is super quick and super fun using old bits and bobs that you have around. Like I said, very quick video today. I think I wanted to have a little play, and I'm making this tutorial for Jane video, but I thought it'd be fun to sort of get it out here because I want to add some into some of the letters that I'm mailing, sort of little washi tape holders, and you can sort of reimagine this as many times and as many ways as you want, but I like to make little kooky ones, and I also like to make little bookmark ones. I've made Sam and Sian one. I may have even shown it on here through in passing, but I want to make some more, so I thought today I'd just make a creative quickie that you guys could do for yourselves. And I've kind of just gone a bit ham in my studio and grabbed random odds and ends from all different places. I've got, you know, test prints and things. This is definitely something that you will want to sort of grab all your odds and ends for, because they are very fast to make if you want to make them fast, or if you're like me, I make them as slow as can be, basically. But you're going to need stuff like this. If you want to do eyeballs the not old-fashioned way, but if you want to do your eyeballs yourself, that's fine. If you've got stickers and magazine clippings, I'll probably do it in a various different ways, so I'll make a few of them in different ways to show you. Or you can use the collaged eyes. I know I did eyes a few times for you guys. I've used magazine eyes. I've used the Whimsical Girls book of Jane's, where I've cut out her eyes when I was feeling lazy and when I did her tutorial for it, which I'm almost done with. But there's a lot of ways that you can interpret this. So I just thought I would just throw it all in the one video, because I want to make some for letters and things, and I want to make mini versions for washi tape holders. So I thought today that I'd just do that on camera for you. So I thought it'd be something, a fun project that would get your eyes and creativity. It's very simple, one of those instant gratification projects, sort of domino effect stuff. So I thought, since I feel the need to have that in my life today, but why not make it on camera with you guys and show you a few different ways. These are from, I think, last year's December printables, and I kind of didn't get a chance to use my holly numbers from last year, so I pulled these out mainly for my journal. I hadn't used any of these in my journal, so I wanted to sort of put those in, so that's probably why I grabbed those. But I've grabbed a plethora of random stuff. I've got my little tray here that is overflowing and needs a good clean out. And then I've got some watercolor paper. I was going to use cardboard boxes from packaging that I've had in my studio and in our recycling bin, but John took the recycling out and it was recycling day here. So all my cardboard that I had my eyes on and was thinking I should stash that somewhere is now gone, recycling. So I wouldn't recommend using a watercolor paper. There are so many things that you could use. Packaging, cardboard boxes, sort of that sort of thing instead of, but I have literally no cardboard boxes left unless I attack something in my pantry, which I don't feel like doing right now. So that's what I would use in replace of this, using some packaging. I know everyone's got packaging, but something that's a bit sturdy, because you're going to be wrapping your washi tape around these. They will be laminated as well, but if you're only doing like a piece of paper, the washi tape will make it bend and bow. So you want to give it a little bit of sturdiness, so that when you wrap it, it's not going to get, you know, messed up. But I thought we'd have a bit of fun playing with these. I am going to chop some of these down, so I'll probably do really thin ones today, just so I can show you quickly different versions of how you can do, you know, watercolor eyes, magazine eyes, all that sort of thing. It's very simple, guys. Like I said, creative quickie and a spark starter. And if you're feeling really rutty and you just want something quick and fun to get that ball rolling, I know there's a lot of people I've been reading that are just feeling stuck and not feeling like they're just getting suffocated by stuff or just not feeling like they can go forward. They're staring at their journal. So I thought I'd do something really not intimidating, really quick and really easy that anyone can get on board with, so that they get that feeling of, oh, I've achieved something creative. Maybe that'll get the ball rolling. That domino effect I talk about time and time again. I know I'm a broken record, but it's legitimately the reason why I do some of these videos, that they may seem very common sense, but when you're stuck in that rutty place, you can't see common sense. You can just see stress and anxiety and lack of doing. So I thought I would do something that was super easy to see, demonstrated, but still really fun and still sort of really cute to have. You can definitely do little washi tape samplers for your journals, your planners and stuff, but I'm actually doing these for Happy Mail, which I thought was a nice touch. So I'm just cutting, I didn't even measure these because I'm not about that life. So they'll be all odd shapes, but that's okay. They're all even and straightly cut. That's why I bought my cutter out. I didn't want to try and cut them by hand because we know that I am a little bit special when it comes to doing anything straight. They're probably not straight, but we won't argue with that. If you get it and it's not straight, don't hate me. First and foremost, we're going to cover these all up, both sides, because we want it to be something that we can use on both sides. So that is going to be step one. Get out some cardstock, get out some of your odds and ends, your scraps. I live in the scrap pile. It is my hometown, my stomping ground. I love to create things out of nothing. I've got random bits of ears and things that I've cut off characters that will become a collage element. So I don't want you to be breaking up brand new, fantastic, I only bought it yesterday stuff. I want you to go back into your drawers and get out the old stuff, or get out stuff that you've been hoarding, like your little scrap dish or your drawer that you've sort of stuffed all the papers in, or your ephemera pouch, all the odd stuff that you just don't want to use or have just got no idea. So you've got eyeballs everywhere, man. Those are the things I want you to get out and start collaging with. Don't think, don't sort of plan it out, just make it happen. I want that to be step number one, and I'm gonna get started in speed mode. I want to apologize for when I get a little bit out of frame with the collaging process. The problem is I like to get really close to my work when I'm collaging, and that doesn't bode well with a camera. So I keep pulling it closer to me so I can see. I probably should have my glasses on. I would get told off by my husband and my mother if they knew that my glasses weren't on while I was doing this. I'm just doing it at the dining room table, very laid back, and just grabbing bits and pieces of colored paper with a lot of pattern. That's kind of what I gravitate towards when I'm doing this. I kind of grab patterns and block colors, and a lot of the background sheets from previous things are perfect for this. So if you've been wondering what you want to do with those things, grab all your background sheets out and just start ripping them up. Don't think about it too much, and then just start adding them to it. I also love to put the graphic print background pages that I've done for you guys, the pattern back sheets, and I put those together and just sort of add my own bits and pieces. Sometimes I will add extra lines to make it more cohesive, like with my pen or my paint markers, but they are really, really fun. I like making circles, cutting out sort of half moon shapes to add little patterned bits onto the bookmark. It is really just a very relaxing thing to do, very messy thing to do. My dining room table looked very apocalyptic once I was done, but I had fun, and I know you guys will too. Don't let collage be something that puts fear into your hearts. It is such a relaxing, fun process for you to let go of control and just enjoy making patterns and colors on a bookmark, essentially.
My heart is wide open. Are you You gotta help me disappear from all those voices that I fear, and all the moments I can handle 'cause I'm different. You have to promise to stay near. Oh, you're always telling me the truth. That's why I lean on you. You got the mind to see what's coming, and you're my ears when I can't hear. You know what's right from wrong, what to say and what to wear. You know there's more than I can bear. You're always telling me the truth. That's why I lean on you. Just like you know that I always do. Oh, listen now, I'll never make it, so help me pull through. Whenever I've bitten off more than I can chew.
I've done 3 and I've got 1 more to go. I just thought I'd check in and show you before I start for the morning because it is the next day. And so I've got all these 3 ready to go. I like how mismatched they are. They'll look really cool as bookmarks as well. You can use these as bookmarks. You can use this as today markers. They're a multifunctional kind of deal, but I'm definitely going to be using them in envelopes and snail mail. You can make them longer and shorter depending on if you want to actually have one that sits in your planner. So this is my 2019 planner. And so if you wanted to, you could make it however long you wanted, and then you can have the little eyes stick out the top, which is how I envisioned it when I made them. And when I made them for Sam and Sian, I actually made them as bookmarks first. And then I was sitting there thinking, well, this would be a cute idea if you wanted to have some washi on the go that was still really cute, still function as a today marker, and could be a bookmark for your book as well. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to add the eyes. I'm going to show you 3 different ways. 3 different ways? Yeah, 3 different ways to add some eyes. I'm going to quickly collage this one so I have 4. So I have a couple to send out in mail. And then I've got to get my laminator out and get all those bits and bobs together as well. But yeah, so simple, fun, and quick. Let's get going. I need to grab some magazine clippings to get some eyeballs out of there. I've just grabbed one of my magazines that I'm currently pulling apart, and I've been looking for eyes that are not too big, not too small, and generally interesting and front facing. If I haven't actually done this technique with magazine eyes, but I can't see why it wouldn't work. So I'm definitely going to have fun playing with this. I will experiment on camera for you guys. This is the first time I've tried this style. I normally just do my watercolor eyes like the ones on your collage sheets and go from there, but I thought why not try something a little bit different because it might have a different look, and it may work, it may fail, but I'm happy to experiment with you guys. If you haven't noticed already, this is a little bit of a spoiler. The eyeball's too big. And of course, I don't notice this until I actually put them close to the bookmarks. I was just looking for really cool, funky eyes, thinking that I was totally awesome, finding all these great eyes that I can alter and make bright and everything, until I realized I even color them all in with, you know, paint marker and stuff like that, and whiten up the eye bits so that they pop more and look more cartoony. And then this happens, and then I realized that they're too big. Well, after fiddling and stuffing around with getting my eyes just right, I have worked out in true Courtney fashion that they are a bit too big. So I've gone looking for other ones that are a little bit smaller, a little bit further away. I mean, I could essentially put these on and just cut around them, but if you're wanting to make this an actual bookmark as well as a washi tape holder, you want to slide into your book without having any protruding sections. So I'm going to try these ones quickly. Normally if I'm doing the watercolor ones, I would just make them smaller. I could also put them through my scanner and resize them, but I am being lazy. Essentially, it's probably not very lazy to be doing it that way, but these look small enough, and I like that they're already quite bright in color. Yeah, these are the right size, so they will work just fine. I love that they're sort of very theatrical, so they seem to work best when you have really hardcore makeup. Well, that's why I was adding things to these. Oh, they look cool and alienish. Oh, I like that. So I'm just going to grab my white pen just to whiten up some of those little the white parts of the eyes, because it gets a little bit lost and it looks a little bit more cartoon like when you do it manually, especially when you're making these for bookmarks. I try and use my white pen just to sort of brighten them up a bit and make them pop. And I'm not actually going to add any line work to them because I really like how bright and green they are. I didn't think they'd work as well as they did, but I'm glad they did. I have to be really careful because I kept smudging the white pen because it's glossy paper. The white pen takes ages to dry, so they look really cute. So all I need to do, you can do this, and I may do this in the shot, is I always double back the eye, so I have one eye on each, like one set of eyes on each side. I do have another set of eyes here that I may trial. They look like they're small enough, and then I'd put one set of eyes on each side, so it is double-sided regardless. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can definitely just put one set of eyes on one side, but I like the double edge factor because we've collaged it double-sided. It always looks better, in my opinion, if they're done, like if both sides are done. So I really like how they look. So I'm going to cut out these and trial them on the back, and then I'm going to cut out the actual eye bit. Now, like I said, if you want to make this a little bit easier on yourself in a little bit of a cheaty way, you could definitely do your long bookmark like this and then just add this on the top so it's one continuous piece. I'd probably suggest that. The way I did it was pretty finicky, but that's the way that I did it when I first made them for Sam and Sian, so it doesn't really matter to me. But I understand that it probably works a bit better if you did it that way. I'm going to cut this bit out, and I'm going to collage it as well, because I want the eye part to be collaged as well, and then I will attach it to the top. Once I've double collaged it, I'm going to pop it through the laminator, and then we should be good to go. I'm hoping that it'll go all fine. It is thicker than, actually I don't think it's thicker than my other ones were. I think it's around the same sort of size, same sort of thickness, so I think we should be fine. I'm just trimming these. And I probably will just attach it on this side with some clear tape, or I'll use some double-sided tape. Once it's attached, it won't really matter that much. So, considering I wasn't sure if the magazine eyes were going to work, I'm pretty down for that. So I'm just going to quickly collage this section in speed and then attach the eyes. I'm going to test those other set of eyes on the opposite side too.
Bodies interlace, slow and easy. I can hear you within the silence. Ooh, we will dance away the gloomy days right here. We are silver line, one of a kind, you and me. Stay close when it rains, let me keep parts of you. Hand in hand is how we sleep every night. And I will watch
Alright, so
you.
I've just printed out a
Breath
copy
after
of my
breath.
eyeballs that you got in a previous month's collage sheets. I think they were printable for something, or they were in collage sheets, but I know you've got them. So I'm just cutting out some of the eyes from here, which is the other alternative for you. If you don't want to do the magazine clippings, you can totally do this because they're ready to go. And then I'll just do a stamped version or the washi tape of Jane's, because that's the third option if you've got those. There are, or you could just basically freehand your eyes, which is always cool to do. I would probably sit down and make more watercolor eyes in different colorways, make some really quirky ones that are all different shades, which I may do in the creative like studio vlog for this month, because I like creating extra ones. These are, because the eye, it's so big, maybe we'll cut out some smaller ones. See how we go. But I will be scanning the finished versions of these for you, so if you want to get ultra instant gratification, you can just, when the collage sheets go live, you can just cut out my ones, glue them together and stick them in your laminator, and you are good to go. But I thought you might enjoy making some before collage sheet week. Make the blue and the red, make it look to the side, and that's for this one here, the short one. And all I did to attach them was I used some clear tape on the top to hold it in place for when we put it into the laminator. It's all good and ready to go. I do really like that graphic black border. If I wanted to, I could not put that little line there, but I kind of like the line there, so I'm keeping it there. I also really enjoy making sure that each side is a different sort of colorway. Sometimes I like the plain side and then a wild side, so that's kind of the theme that I've been going with. I do quite like the look of that, and you can put your eyes up the top or down below. It really depends. If you put them up the top, they'll be seen more easily when you do them in your journals. I think I'll do that one, and maybe the green one for the opposite side. But they are such a cute, fun way to send washi tape samples. Sometimes it's really hard, well, I think mainly because in Australia it's not, I know that the US girls or US guys all use like store cards and Starburst cards and things for wrapping washi tape. That's just not readily available here in Australia, and finding sort of cards that don't cost you money to pick up to be sending washi samples, I think is why I was thinking about what I could do in order to send washi samples when I don't really have very many of those store cards that are just lying around for me to use. Yeah, I like that. Glue those down. So I thought this would be a fun way, and it sort of has dual purpose uses for you. You can use it as a bookmark. You can definitely use it to have your washi tape in your little pockets and things. And because those have already got their little lines on them, I'm not going to add more. You can obviously do all different types of things. You can hand paint these if you want, and sort of decorate them a certain way, a certain theme. You could do themed ones. Definitely, that'd be really cool if you did like Disney themed ones or Harry Potter themed ones. This is just a really basic way of doing them. Just realized that this is slightly, there we go, we'll stick him on there. Slightly too big, but I'll trim that once I've glued it down. And I'll show you, I've literally just put my tape over the top to keep these two pieces together when they go through the laminator. And then I folded the tape over, and then I add an extra piece of tape. Because it's clear tape, it's not, you can't really see it. And then I just trim off the excess. Oh, there's a fly. It's getting to that season here in Australia where the flies are out, and they are such ninjas at getting inside the house. So I spend my summers chasing flies. I want to put some polka dots in here. But you can definitely add features. You can add little bits and pieces. You can do like photographs if you wanted to have photographs down here, if you're making one for yourself. All these projects that I give you are so customizable that you can do with them what you will and go nuts on making them your own. And they are ready to go in the laminator. Now I'll quickly do the stamped one with stamped eyes. It's literally the same thing, but for the purpose of the video, I will make another one. You can obviously do a hand-painted watercolor one, which is another one I was going to show you, but I don't want to go on for too much longer. Same sort of process, just watercoloring everything instead of collaging, but I really like the funky sort of mismatched way that collage looks. It just sort of really appeals to me. And then I think it'll be time to wrap some washi tape around these guys. So I'm gonna go grab my stamp set and my ink pad and create one with some stamped eyes next. So I'm just grabbing my Schminker palette and then adding some colors down and then dropping alternate colors into the actual watercolor. So you can see there that I'm putting down a red, I'm adding some blue, and I'm just letting the colors play off each other. Some work, some don't, but that's the whole point of experimenting. Even though I knew what I wanted to do, I always find time to add a little bit of experimentation into this sort of thing so that I can learn as I'm working at the same time, because sometimes it's really, really hard to juggle that learning aspect of my work while I'm still teaching you guys all the bits and pieces. So this is little areas that I can do a little bit of color play, a little bit of color theory, and sort of watch what colors do together while still creating content for you guys. And these will become the backgrounds for the eyes, and I'm just using these stamped from the Spellbinders range that Jane did. These are the new tin of glances I think it was, and they are really, really cute and they work really well for this whole thing. And I'll probably be using these and her washi tape in her version of this bookmark video. The other thing was, even though I said I was making 4, I only ended up making 3. I think I got so caught up in the excitement of making the eyeballs and getting the magazines out and trying something new that the 4th one, as I'm editing this, completely didn't get finished. I half collaged it and then got too impatient and really wanted to play with the eyeballs. So there's only 3 in this video, even though I said I would do 4. I think creative sort of itch got the better of me, and I just wanted to keep steamboating forward, especially since I'd already collaged 3 already. I just wanted to see them finished. I really love making these. I had fun making them for Sam and Sian. I actually never made myself one because I was so done when I was finished making them. I have half started one of my own, but now I have these ones. But then again, they're getting posted out to people, so I'm gonna just have to make some more, I guess, or I print the collage sheet ones for myself and just don't bother. But they are super fun and super addictive and really, really quick and easy that anyone can make them, and they make really cute gifts, especially when you add some custom washi tape. You pop it in an envelope. Snail mail revolution needs to be a thing, guys. I'm always pushing snail mail. There are inkies in that group that would love to get some snail mail from you guys, and you guys have paired up already. The addresses are in the file section of the Facebook group. You can definitely pick an inkie and send out a random act of kindness, and why not include a little Washii monster? I would definitely adore seeing other people's versions in my mailbox. So just a hint for you guys, always check the Facebook group if you're looking for an inkie. It's like a Lonely Hearts inkie section basically. There you have it. I have thrown them through the laminator currently, and I used a thinner one on some of them and a thicker one, and I think I prefer to put them in the thicker laminating sheet. You can get different thicknesses for laminating sheet pouches, which I was mind blown when I was looking for ones to make my tip-ins that were all clear, and because I didn't have acetate, it was not very easy to get here in Australia. I just found thicker laminating pouches and put them straight through my laminator to laminate them with nothing in between, and then I added embossing and things onto it. So this is the thicker one and this is the thinner one, so you can see that this one is still got a bit of bend to it, whereas this one is much sturdier. So I think I wanted to trial both to show you. I think I would go with the thicker pouch if I wanted to add washi tape, and then if I just wanted a cute little bookmark, which as you can see I've already popped one of them into my journal, you could definitely still get away with doing the thinner ones, or just make sure like this one's still pretty. I'm pretty sure I did thick one on this one too, actually. It feels like this one, so maybe I only did the thinner one on the one just as a test. So they are all done and dusted. I've already wrapped this guy with some washi tape already just to test it out, and I've done, you can obviously go edge to edge and get more on there, but I was just testing the whole look of it, and you can still see the really cool patterning in between if you do it this way. And it just means that when you unwrap your washi tape, you're not left with just a gift card, you've actually got a bookmark. You can reuse it over and over. You can have different colored theme ones, so you could do a pink version of this one, a green version, a yellow version, and then have all color coordinating tapes on it. So you could have that. You could pop holes in the bottom and hang them off like a key ring type thing, so you have like almost like a swatch book of washi tapes, and then that one way you could color code your monsters to that. If I was going to do a swatch book, I'd probably make them shorter, but this is just for the purpose of showing you guys, and also because I want to put them inside envelopes, and I just think they're almost a great size for the B6. I didn't even realize it at the time. I used an A5 piece of card and then just cut it down accordingly, so that's kind of the length that I went. You can obviously do bigger or shorter, A4, and I really love how they look. They're very sturdy, they're very colorful and bright. I made sure that my collage elements weren't too thick because I was already using a thick cardstock, so I wanted to make sure that I didn't add so much bulk, because you're collaging both sides. Although if you're using the collage sheets and you've seen the couple of samples I've put on there, you could just print those and that has all that color on the one sheet. That's kind of a good idea as well, but I am an old school collage girl and like to have fun and play and love sort of watching how they all evolve and all look. But I thought that was a nice creative quickie for you guys, something really quirky that you can add to snail mail, you know, send out little postcard gifts or something like that, or just make one for yourself. I also thought that you could put, do I have any? I don't have any close by of the ones I'm thinking of. But you could also use this in your planner, and if you made a thicker one or you had smaller notes, you could obviously use it as a dashboard for things that you needed to do, or you could even put time slots down the side of these and add those little highlight ones. I've done that before with a ruler and used the numbers on a ruler to be like my times and how I had time specific appointments, and I had that inside my planner, so I kept track of those sorts of things. There is a plethora of ideas. This is just a base sort of thing, like creative quickie, as I said, for you guys to have a play with and to use for yourself. So I hope you've enjoyed that quick little idea for you. I hope to see some quirky little washi tape monster bookmarks in the Facebook group, or if you want to try it out, make sure you tag me on Instagram. I love seeing how you guys take these ideas and run with them. I love how the magazine ones turned out. I think I'll be doing that quite a lot, and you'll see this sort of technique in the reimagining creatures video, which is coming up very soon. I love how they look. These are the magazine ones. These ones we're using the Jane stamps from the new collection, the Making Faces ones. And then I decided to do sleeping eyes. And I thought about doing one open, one shut, like a wink. But then I glued them down before I got too ahead of myself and completely forgot that idea. But you could do the same thing. And then these are from your collage sheets as well. So yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day, Inkies, and I'll see you on Saturday for the next installment of the week, the month of gratitude, the heart of gratitude, a grateful heart, sorry. I'm trying to think of a million things at the moment. I've got a to-do list that's spinning in my head like crazy. So I'll see you on Saturday for the next installment of week 2 of A Grateful Heart. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!